Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy over at Cwtches Crafts. Thank you for being with me today. And this video I'm bringing you is another in the challenges organised by Suzanne over at Nonstoppapercrafts, and it's her Tuesday challenge. You'll find it under the heading #altered index 2024. So I'll repeat that, it's #altered index 2024. And I'm playing catch up, so I actually missed a week, and so I'm going back and I'm doing week 47. And what Suzanne does is she gives us 3 prompts every week, and the prompts for this week are inventive, metallic and maps. And if you want to see previous weeks, if you go over to Suzanne's YouTube page, she's got all the weeks listed from 1 to 49. I think we're on now. It might even be 50. I'm not sure. It's either 49 or 50. And so yeah, you'll be able to do catch up. And if you go over to her Facebook page, you'll see what everybody's been creating, and there's some fantastic creations being posted on the Facebook page. Now this project here, one of the ladies that posted on the Facebook page, and unfortunately I didn't write the lady's name down, but she'd done a slider card. Excuse me, coughing. I'm full of cold and a cough at the moment, so please bear with me. So yeah, she did this slider card, and I've never actually made a slider card before, but I thought, what a fab idea. And I've wanted to have a go, but then it's like anything, you put it to the back of your mind and then it's gone into the ether, hasn't it? So I'm going to have a go online, live, and see if we can perhaps do it together. So I have pre-prepped my pieces, and I'll leave the prompts there for you. And what I've done is I've worked on another card, because for this piece I think you need to have a hollow inside somehow. So I went online and I had a look to see how actually to create it. So I'm going to put this piece down, because this piece here is it's my little ship's compass. And I found this little, let me show you if I bring it closer to the camera. I found this little, I suppose it's a little dial thing. And so I've cut out a compass, made a little hole in it with my pointy tool, and put a little brad through there. So I just need to open the split pins, but I wanted to actually show you this piece going round. So if I get my my little pointy tool out, I'll actually open that split pin and it'll keep it in place, and we know we're not going to lose it before I get to put it down on my index card. So there we go. And when I glue it down, if I remember, I'll just glue the outside edge so it doesn't affect, well, I don't suppose it would affect that anyway, would it? So no, ignore me, but it does need inking, so I'll do that while I actually think as well. So yeah, I hope that you are, if you do follow it on a regular basis, that you're enjoying these little challenges. I find them quite, they're quite amusing, some of them. And they're nice little projects because, rather than from making a complete journal, they're quick projects to do. And it just, some of them, that when you're doing them, they give you ideas for your journals as well. So I've cut out some words here, and I went and looked up what inventive means. And originally I was going to do a different quote, so I printed out inventive, and then I thought, oh no, I'll just use the dictionary quote. So this is actually part of the dictionary quote here, and it says inventive is original thought, sorry, Inventive is showing creativity or original thought. So I'm going to put that down somewhere on my piece, but they need inking as well. So I'll put those to one side there. And then what I did initially when, excuse me, when I saw the word metallic, the first thing that sort of sprung to my mind was cogs, wheels, and then I went off on a tangent and I was thinking of steampunk. So I thought I would do a steampunk themed project, but I thought the thought of cutting out all those cogs, I thought, oh no, I like fussy cutting, but cogs don't really inspire me. So I went online and I found this lovely little steampunk ship, and I thought, well, I'll find a map that's a bit of a nautical map, and I'm going to do a slider card. So without further ado, we'll do the slider part of it. So I took my map, and I needed, in order to do a slider card, what you have to do is create yourself a template to make a slope. You can either do it in a straight line, you can do circle slider cards, you know, whatever shape you want really. But because this was a map, my plan was to get this little slider to come from over here and just gently slide down to the bottom there. So I started to try and draw it in pencil, and I was making a right pig's ear of it. So we used a bit of cellophane really, because you need to have a template, because you need two lines that match each other. So to try and draw two lines in a curve perfectly matched to each other, you know, you might be a better person than me at drawing, but I found it really difficult. So I just used a silver marker pen to do a gentle slope, and with my pencil I just drew down it to mark the page, and then the same again, I just drew down the line there. And this is just an old, what cards come in, you know, a piece of cellophane wrapping. And so that's what I've done. So what we need to do now is to cut this piece out, and then you need to get yourself two little pennies, and you need to get yourself a piece of foam. So these were my square foam pads that you've probably seen me using before. Oh, I've got some ink on me from a project that I was doing before. And I've just used my little 1/2 inch punch, because you need to put that in the middle of your pennies. So I won't do that at the moment. I'll put those to one side, and we'll have a go at cutting out this section here. So I'll get my cutting mat, and I just need to get my my knife, and I'll be right back. So I've got my cutting mat, and I've got my Stanley knife, and I'm going to have a go. It's probably the wrong knife to use really. Probably need my scalpel, but we'll have a go with this, because my scalpel's not very sharp. Now, one thing, when you're actually, oops, I've gone off track a little bit there. So I must remember to come a bit further over this way. When you're actually making your parallel lines here, you actually need to measure this piece that you're cutting out has to be narrower than a penny, but it has to be wider than the foam that you're going to be using to come down here. Otherwise it's not going to travel very well, if you see what I mean. So I think what I need to do with this one is come this way, and I'm just going to come a little bit further away from that line there. Because I think my two lines are fairly close together. So I'm just going to go the other side of it and hope that my pencil lines aren't that they're not too there we go. And hopefully, if I have done this wrong, at least it's only a matter of replacing a card. And so there we go. And then with my rubber, I'm just going to rub up those other pencil lines. As I was saying, I don't think they are too tight. So what we need to do now is just make sure that that piece of foam travels down there. Hopefully it will. So you get your 2 pennies then, and you peel. Now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that there, and I'm also going to, for added strength, I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac on it, or Beacon 3-in-1 should I say. And then I need to get this fairly central on my penny. Oops-a-daisy. So I'm just going to let that dry a little bit, because with putting the Fabri-Tac on, it's not going to stick straight away. So we'll just let that sit for a second. And then I do believe you put your penny underneath there. Now I might have to cut a little bit more off, I'm not sure. Either that, or I might have to slice a little bit off my little circle. But the only thing is I haven't got a smaller hole punch, and you need it fairly circular, otherwise the movement of your penny's not going to be smooth as it travels down the groove there. So let's have a look. Right, I think that's going off fairly quickly. No, it's not, it's moved. Oops-a-daisy, I'm going to have to take that off. Try again. There we go. I'm not going to put any on this piece. Right, before that sticks, I'm going to pop that in there. We're almost there, aren't we? It's just a little bit may need coming off here. Let's have a look, see where we can go. There we go. Let's see what happens now. Yep, a little bit round that bit, I think. Just take it. Just a smidgen off there. There we go. So that's the mechanism of our penny slider, and I hope that was all on camera. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's have a look and see if it works again. It needs a bit of a shake to get going. I don't want to shake it too much in case the pennies come apart, because it's not quite glued. So I think we'll turn that over and pop our card onto there. And then what we do is we stick this on, we put our little boat onto there. Now then, what I'm going to do before I actually glue them together, because the map's sort of tea stained, I'm just going to tea stain the background a bit there by just inking, just to take the whiteness off. Let's have a look now. That's better. And then, so daisy, pick both pieces up. And while that's drying still, excuse me, while that's still drying, let's have a look and see where I plan to put the compass. So we've got north there, so we want that facing north. So I thought I would put the little compass down there, or should we put him up there? Yeah, I think he'd have to go down here because I don't want him interfering with my little boat. So let's just check on the map where they've put true north, if it's on this map, and it's not. So just going to pop that there. With my little arrow facing north. There we go. And then we'll have to stick him on here. I don't know whether to do that with double-sided tape or whether just to use our Old Faithful. So we'll do that, and then if there are any problems with it, so I'll let that dry. And then in the meantime, I'll just move my word out the way because I can use that for something else, I'm sure. So I'll ink it and I'll put it in my stash. And then we'll ink these ones. That's one. There we go. So I've not really hit the prompt for this because it wasn't my original thought. It was this lovely lady on Facebook. She obviously did, I can't even remember what theme she did, but it just struck me, you know, with the penny slider, and I thought, oh, I used to do those for cards, or I meant to do them. I'd never actually made one before, but it was one that I'd seen when I used to do card making that I always felt like having a go. So, but it's like anything, isn't it? You think of these things, and you know, unless you do it there and then, well, if you're like me, I put it to the back of my mind thinking, oh, I will do that, and then I forget. So now then, I've gone and done it again, put the glue on before seeing how that looks. So if I pop that there, and pop this here, and then this one underneath. There we go. And what I've done now, just to finish it off, is I've written Ships Ahoy here, and I've done it with just black biro, and I've gone round it with my gold, one of my gold markers, to give it a bit of a metallic look. Where's that going now? A bit more's needed in there. And there as well. So I'll get my biro again. I think it's going to write. There we go. So that when I stick that on there, if I put my little boat the right way round, you can't see it at first, but as he sails down, you've got Ships Ahoy down there. I need a little something to keep him the right way up, I think. I've got a drunken sailor on board. There we are. So that will go there like that. So I'll just finish it off by gluing it together. So I just wanted to make sure that was well stuck on the back before I do glue it together, because it'll be a job to take apart. Oopsie daisy. what I'll do is I'll sugar. I didn't want to do that. Shows you how your brain takes you automatically to doing what you don't want to do. So I'm just seeing how far I need to put some glue this side. There we go. There we are. Just put my Stanley knife away. So I do hope that you like that project. I'm surprised at how quickly it came together. You know, you think it's going to be difficult, but it's actually easier than what you think. But it's whether we can get him to slide now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just need to give it a shake. But obviously, because it's a penny, it's round. I'm just thinking maybe if I'd have done a square foam, it would have come down and stayed the right way up. It possibly would have done, but I won't know without undoing it and trying all over again. And I'm quite happy with how it's turned out anyway. So I do hope that you like that. And we'll go over the prompts. So we've got Inventive, Metallic and Maps. So there's the map. We've got the metallic writing. Got my little metallic arrow pointer there. And we've got Inventive in the script, and the whole piece is Inventive. And thank you to the lady in Facebook who inspired me to do this project. So that's the end of week. Oh, that's what I needed to do too. I need to just stamp the number for the week. I'll be right back. And how I do that is I've just got these little alphabet stamps, and you pull them apart for those of you who haven't seen them, and they're really handy. So I've got my Stays On ink here, and I'll just stamp onto there, and then we'll pop them back. And I like to put them in order so that I know that I haven't lost one. There we go. Put those away. And then I'll just get my scissors. And we'll cut it out. And then we'll stick it down somewhere to finish the project. I did start off by putting it on the back, but I think it's quite nice to see it on the front, then you know which week you're on. So let's get hold of that. Put a drop of glue on the back of there, and then what I'm going to do is pop it in this corner. been a bit heavy-handed with the glue. So there we go. So that's it, everybody. As I say, hope that you like that project, and I hope that you will join me for next week when we will be on, it's either week 50 or it's either week 49 or 50. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I hope that you'll join me here, and I look forward to seeing you. And thank you for all of those who follow me regularly. And if you're new, you know, please think about liking and subscribing if you like what you've seen today. It'd be much appreciated. So I'll say bye for now. Bye.